And here we go. Kota, welcome back, brother.
Man, it's been a while, man.
I know. It has been crazy. I think the last time we potted was the end of the Drake beef.
Yeah, it was just one of the Jumi and Los. That was our last one together.
That was so long ago.
I was just looking at him. I was just literally just looking at it before I hopped on this.
That's
That was the last
insane.
one.
I know. And I think this is going to be the wave because, obviously we all have lives and this is like way more convenient.
Yeah,
Um, I kind of like it though
it looks
because
better, honestly. I
it
like it like this.
does. It
Yeah,
does. And it'll
feel like
sound
AJ
better
Hawk
too.
on McAfee right now.
You kind of look like him too. Not gonna lie.
I just need a cigar right here.
Smoke a Sharpie. That's awesome. But speaking of, AJ Hawk, former Packer, you're a Packers fan. One of your former Packers reunited with another former Packer,
All I
Davante
gotta
Adams.
say, all I gotta say is JETS. Go Pack Go.
Okay,
Right there.
okay, okay. The Jets acquired Davante Adams for I think a third round pick.
Third round. That's it, man. And they took his contract on top of that.
Wow. Kind of shocked that he only went for a third. Kind of shocked that other teams didn't. Well, I guarantee you they have, but the longer it took, I think the stock just went down.
And I mean, he says he wanted to play for other teams, but did he really? Who else? I mean, yeah, he probably wanted to go back to Carr,
Yeah,
best friend, but majority of his stats are from my goat, AR-12, AR-8
talk
now,
about it.
but AR-12,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and I mean, let's just talk about it. Do you think this is my question for you because you actually watched this dynamic duo, Devontae, AR? I mean, when they're together, they're damn near unstoppable.
Yes.
So, does it make a difference for the Jets, though? Is my question.
I mean, like skill wise, for those skill players, I think it does because you don't have to look for just Alan Lazard or Garrett Wilson. You have that third person who's not a Mike Williams. It's an elite receiver.
Yeah,
So for the passing game, that's huge. Like that's going to help them more for Rodgers, for other receivers to get open because you got to worry about Davante Adams now.
yeah,
So you got to think about Garrett Wilson isn't going to be the one getting double covered now.
right.
But the weakness is that offensive line.
Big time. That
I
offensive line stinks.
And I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers got hit more in these 6 games than he has in his career.
Hmm.
And he's playing off of a bum Achilles. So if the offensive line can step up and give him more than 1.8 seconds back there to throw the ball,
Right.
then that's where the big difference would be. But as in the skill, it's going to be a lot more for Rodgers, Wilson, and Lazard. I mean, Lazard's balling right now. I mean, he
Surprisingly.
has drops, but those touchdowns are racking up. The yards might not
Right.
say it, but he's the go-to guy when it comes to touchdowns for them.
Exactly. And I mean, you look at their remaining, like their next 7 games. They got the Steelers, the Patriots, the Texans, the Cardinals, the Colts, Seahawks, Dolphins, Jags, and Rams. So like their, you know, next 7, 8 games. I mean, there's a couple of them that are going to be tough, but other than that, I mean, they could beat those teams if I'm not
Oh, they
mistaken.
could. Now,
So
you got to look into it, though. This isn't Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams on a Packers team with the Packers
right,
coaching staff. You have a
right.
substitute coach where Selah, I don't think he should have been fired.
I don't think he should have neither.
I mean, Jets fans all over social media are saying stuff about him that needing to be fired. It's not his fault.
No,
It's not Selah's fault whatsoever.
no.
And I mean, people were saying Aaron Rodgers did it, this and that, but why would Rodgers put his team in jeopardy mid-season with something like that? I don't see Rodgers doing something like that.
Yeah, and I think like firing your head coach this early in the season is insane. I
Like
mean,
because it was last week. They were 2-3 last
Hmm.
week. Like that's 5 games. There's 12 more games to play after that.
Yeah,
And if you have
crazy.
Rodgers, we've seen Rodgers run the table before. Word for word,
Exactly.
we're going to run the table. I mean, when you're having a losing streak with Rodgers on your team, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
Anything
and
can happen.
who is going to be their next head coach?
God, dude, I have no idea, to be honest with you. I was thinking, I don't see them picking up a college level coach
Uh-uh.
because they need Jets fans want to win now. They want it now. I mean, would have Belichick showed up, right? I don't see him. But what if
I
Belichick showed up? He
what?
was a Jets coach, wasn't he? Nah, he was the Browns. I
No,
felt like
I think he was a Jets assistant.
I felt like he was on the coaching staff with the Jets.
Yeah, and I've now listen. I don't know much, but I heard that his relationship with Woody Johnson isn't the best. But I don't think Bill would be the option because I think that Cowboys job is going to open up. I think Bill would take that one instead of the Jets one.
Oh my God, the Cowboys, man. We can talk
God,
about that one later. That
they
one's they're
suck.
in a dumpster fire right now.
They suck.
They just
I
burnt
love to
money
see it.
away.
I love to see it though. I love to see it. But maybe for the Jets, I'm thinking like Mike Vrabel, maybe.
Oh, that would be a good one. I
You
could see him
know?
going. That because he was with the Titans before he got fired, wasn't he? Yeah, that was
Yep.
the Titans coach. Yeah,
Yep.
I could see him going there, and it's just now that's when Rodgers comes in. He's not going to fire a coach, but he's going to want one that he wants hired, and they're going
Yeah,
to go with Rodgers.
he'll definitely have the stamp on the next.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for
Fucking
sure.
hopefully Hackett doesn't try to go for that job because we've seen what that looked like.
That's Aaron's boy.
That's his boy. I mean, he was the play caller out there for Green Bay. No big deal. But I mean, he's not. He can't run a team, man. Hackett was
No.
not the guy to run a team.
And let's just talk about Davante for a second. I understand like the wide receiver quarterback like chemistry is very important. Like, don't get me wrong.
Oh
He
yeah,
went to go play with Derek Carr, played with him in college. Now he's playing
that's
with
fine.
Aaron.
Yep.
Obviously, we know how that duo went, but there are so many teams in need of a receiver that would benefit a whole lot better for Davante. I
Oh yeah.
mean, you put him on the Chiefs, you put him on the Bills, you put him on anybody you put him on the Packers. Now, that makes them like damn near a Super Bowl contender.
Oh yeah. And I just see the reason why the Packers didn't do it is to get in the heads of the young receivers that the Packers already have.
Yeah.
They're all together, but I feel like if you threw in somebody like that, like Davante Adams, heads are going to start getting big. They're going to want it more. It's going to
Yeah.
ruin that connection that they already have. That's good, but adding something else into a group like that, I don't think it would have worked. As much as
Right.
I wanted Davante Adams back, I'm okay with him going to play for the Jets. It would have been nice,
Yeah.
but like you said, the Bills could have used him and Josh Allen. Him with an elite quarterback would have been. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is elite, but a young elite quarterback like Josh Allen. But they did get Amari Cooper.
Oh, yeah, that's scary.
He's no Davante Adams, but that's Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
Like, give him a
that's
chance
scary.
with Josh Allen because he was in fucking Cleveland playing with Deshaun Watson. He's having a
Trash.
shitty year right now.
Trash.
So
A lot of money for
I
some
mean,
garbage.
yeah, like the Saints could have used him with Derek Carr there. Like,
Big time. Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, I gotta apologize to you. I remember we had a whole discussion about Jordan Love not being top 10. I gotta take it back, brother. I gotta take it back. He might be top 10.
Hey man, I
He
was
might
just
be.
saying what I believe and see what I
Yeah.
saw.
I like what I see. I like that Packers team because they're young and they're gonna be all together. They built within the draft. LaFleur's looking a whole lot better coaching
He's looking
wise.
better. It's not. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers that made him look good. Like he needed these 2 years to show that he's a coach of this team. It wasn't Rodgers' team. It was LaFleur's team, and what he built around them offensively. Defense is looking amazing right now.
Yeah.
Like you got that, you got Halfley there running a 3-4 defense. Like this is what we needed, or a 4-3. My fault, but yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I want to see Davante do his thing though. If the Jets win, I'm all right with that. It's damn near like watching the Packers win right now.
Damn near. You
They got
Adams,
the Packers squad going.
Fucking crazy.
Get Bakhtiari there.
Jordy Nelson.
Fuck. AJ Hawk might come out of retirement.
AJ?
Like
Yeah, right.
Randall Cobb. Shit.
That's crazy. But what's your take on NFL this year? It's kind of been iffy.
But at the same time, I'm enjoying it. It's
okay.
different. Like, the NFC North is looking like a powerhouse right now.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought with the Bears? They're 4-2. Not saying that they're the teams that they beat are teams that they beat were 1-win teams.
Yeah.
But still, Caleb Williams is starting to warm up. 4 touchdowns and almost 300 yards last game.
Yeah.
It's scary. We saw what the Vikings did to the Packers. Packers almost came back, but you're down 24-0 at halftime.
How about Sam Darnold, bro?
That's my question, too. What are the Vikings going to do when they have McCarthy on the bench right now on IR? And Sam Darnold's on a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
If he's an MVP contender right now. What do you do if he does come top 2 in MVP votes?
Shit. I mean, well, he's got a case. But do you think it'll be like a situation in Carolina with, Bryce Young and Andy Dalton maybe?
Yeah. I mean, we saw Sam Darnold in Carolina too.
Yeah.
That was a whole other situation there. I don't know, though, because, we saw what McCarthy was like in the preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely picked him up on a fantasy team just to have him on the bench for no reason. Just so I could look good.
Right.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one for the Vikings to make a decision this offseason. Right now, they got to enjoy their regular season, what they got. Let Darnold keep rolling. I mean, if he wins MVP, my opinion, sign him again to 3 or 4 years and do what the Packers did. Let McCarthy learn behind him.
Yeah. Because how old is he?
Sam Darnold he played how many years in the Jets? 4?
I think
4
so.
years with the Jets, 1 with the Panthers, and he played last year somewhere, and he only played 1 game. God, I'm trying to remember. But it's probably 5 or 6 years in the league.
That's young for a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. And he hasn't been playing much either.
Right.
He's got the health. It was all coaching for him.
Yeah.
He needed to get somewhere where it was going to help him. Playing for the Panthers isn't going to help you. The Jets, we see what that looked like years back. He needed to get to the right spot at the right time, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and it does help when you have one of the best receivers in the league on your team. But I'll give him credit. Him, Baker,
Baker's balling right now, leading the league in touchdowns, 15 of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's balling.
The Bucs could do something. I like the Bucs too. But I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it's a toss-up this year for the NFL. Anybody can win. That's why I like it. It's not just you're watching Mahomes do his thing the whole time.
They've been sorry.
And they're still undefeated.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the hurt receiving core, it's scary to see that. And Mahomes is having one of his roughest years, and they're 5-0 right now.
There was a stat about their defense. They haven't allowed over 28 points since they played the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
That's kind of crazy. That wins games.
Yes.
Defense wins games, and that's the reason why they're winning right now.
Yeah, and that defensive coordinator, legendary. Chris Jones, still dominant.
Fuck. He's going to be dominant. He's no Aaron Donald, but he's going to make that impact on the defensive line.
Facts. He's Aaron Donald with Aaron Donald retired. So
yeah, Yeah, exactly. I don't know. If Aaron Donald retired is gonna be he'd still put up some fucking
Yeah,
numbers.
he's a freak show, dude.
Uh,
Man, what is your prediction on the Super Bowl? I said earlier it was Chiefs Eagles, but the Eagles stink right now. This just I
Eagles,
don't
their defense is bad.
I
The
know.
DBs are bad. They're my prediction. God, I don't know if Detroit's looking serious right now too.
Yes.
Detroit's real serious because they almost went to the Super Bowl last year because they were
Yeah.
in the NFC Championship and they got some, but they're Aiden Hutchinson's out.
That's
Right?
sad, man. I felt so
Like
bad.
that video, I saw the
Oh,
picture, looked like a spaghetti noodle. Sorry,
it's
Aiden, but like it was like
nasty.
that bad, yeah. And I mean that's a big hit for their defense, but their offense is stacked. Like Jared Goff is playing out of his mind. Amon St. Ross, a dog. Um, Laporta
Jameson
had a
Williams.
yeah. Jameson Williams, J-Mo, he's going crazy. Um, then you got Laporta. He started off slow, but we know what Laporta is capable of.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got weapons on that offense.
Yeah.
I
I like
mean,
the Lions.
David Montgomery,
Yeah.
Gibbs, like they
Dogs.
could make a run for the Super Bowl. And the AFC, I don't know. That one's a tough one. That's a toss up because I don't see it being the Bills.
No.
I see the Chiefs, doing their thing, but eventually, I mean, they're going to go to the playoffs. Obviously, it's the Chiefs, but I could see them losing in the AFC Championship or right before. But I don't know who to is the thing.
The Ravens, maybe?
The Ravens, maybe. But Lamar's got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Lamar's got to look like how he did last year. Zay Flowers is having a good season. Derrick Henry's insane,
Looking
leading the
like
league in yards right
Bama
now.
Henry.
God, I thought he was going to be washed up, honestly, this year. I thought it was going to be a down year for Henry. It was just going to be that way out of the NFL, but 740 rushing yards in 6 games.
It's crazy.
Insane. But that's what helps. You got Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, a read option. Who are you going to stop?
Disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, who can you stop in a read option with those two?
Very
So
tough.
I could
And
see it being the Ravens.
yeah, me too. I was kind of like you, but not washed. I didn't think Henry was going to be washed. I thought he was going to be serviceable. You
Yeah.
know, kind of just use him as a decoy and kind of, get a few red zone
Keep it
touchdowns
at
here
the
and there.
Lamar show.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But man, he surprised me, and kudos to him because he's probably going to be one of the, they're talking about one of the last running backs to like go in the Hall of Fame because they're not serviceable like they used to be.
No, you get hit, you touch the ball 20 times a game, you're getting hit. Those times you're carrying the rock. Like those are car accidents when you're getting hit out there. So, but he's different. He's huge.
Yeah, he's
That's a
built
diff.
like a Mack
That's
truck.
yeah. That's a fucking Ford Escalade coming straight at you. So
Yeah, the old one's like 2002.
that's what I'm saying.
'02 Escalade.
Oh my god.
Very durable, but
Got the wheels going.
facts. That is the NFL. Very excited to see how it turns out. I enjoy it. Some of the primetime games have been kind of but overall,
Primetime games have been awful. I feel like the
yeah,
schedule kind of been awful this year. I hate the
very
London
true.
game.
God, I'm so sick of that shit.
I will give the Jets their excuse. At the beginning of the season, they played Monday night. After that, it was a short week. They had to play Sunday. Then they had another primetime game. Had to go to London, and then they just played another Monday night game. Like
That's a lot of football.
it's a lot of football in a short amount of time.
Right.
Plus the traveling on top of it. So I don't know. The NFL schedule needs to be looked at because it's fucking people over.
Right, it is. Oh, I did want to ask you this. So, I don't know if you heard, you probably have, but they're trying to ban cover 2 in the
I
NFL.
did not hear this. What?
So, it all started with Magmo Kiper. The problem was, especially early in the season, that quarterbacks are dinking and dunking. They don't go deep. It's not exciting football because every defense is playing cover two. You've played college football.
Yes.
So, how long has cover two been out? Is this a new thing? I know this. You have Tampa 2, you got cover 2, cover 0, whatever. But the reason why they want to ban it and they want to make a push to ban it is because it's not exciting. My argument is, how many times are we going to cater to the offense? You can't hit them anymore. You can't touch a quarterback anymore. Now you want to ban cover 2?
Exactly. They just want to make it just a straight offensive game right now.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't see that. They're doing so much to the defense right now. Yeah, they're going to make it exciting, but they're also making it boring at the same time.
Right.
I mean, we want to see touchdowns, but when it's 42-35 every single game with no defense, I mean, it gets boring after a while. I don't mind a 10-7 game.
Me neither.
Those are dogfights. That's defense. That's straight defense.
Right.
Like, those are good games. But you can see blown coverages when it's 42-35 over and over again. And all you can talk about, you dog the defense. Every single time the defense is getting dogged. No matter what it is,
right.
The defense can't get a break in the league right now.
Yeah, and I also think the problem is there is a lot more younger quarterbacks in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these younger quarterbacks get drafted to bad teams. They get thrown into the fire. They're not used to the speed, the schemes, and everything else like that.
Exactly.
And you see the people that are good quarterbacks, they're mainly vets. Backup quarterbacks like Baker, Sam Darnold, because they've been in the system before. They've earned their dues. They know the timing. They know the plays. They know the defense. They can read them. I don't think banning a whole scheme of defense is going to make it any better.
Nobody was complaining about these slant routes when Brady was playing. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Brady was a slant route god.
Exactly.
Check down god. He wasn't bombing every game, but nobody complained about it then. Wasn't a big deal then. Cover 2's been in football since before I was even born. Like, cover 2 is nothing new. So why is it such a problem now?
That's
27 years down the road. Like,
yeah. I honestly think they're just trying to find things to, tweak. I mean, fuck, you added a new kickoff. Now you're going to try to ban cover 2?
Yeah. And this kickoff, I thought it was going to be more touchdowns, but this is awful, too.
It's terrible.
Like, I thought it was going to be a little bit more exciting. I didn't even know about the return zone at all until the first game. I didn't know there was a return zone. Like,
me neither.
Did they even have that in the UFL? I don't even think they had a return zone.
I don't think so.
They just mixed it up themselves.
I don't know, bro. This is just trying new shit. And now, granted, we don't like change.
No.
I think as human beings, we don't like change. I mean, if you take it back to basketball, when they brought in the in-season tournament and, the play-in, it took a year or two to actually see it and know, like, oh, okay, now I can't wait for the play-in. Play-in games are lit.
Yeah,
in-season tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, in-season tournament, cool. Like, some of these bottom-tier teams get some excitement. I'm all for it.
And, I mean, they get to win a little bit of cash. Like, it gives them the fight. Each person, there's people in the NBA that aren't even making $1 million, but you win, each person gets $1 million. Like, it puts a different fight in the game for that.
Right. So, change can be good, but change takes time.
It does take time. Yes. I'm all right with it, though. I like change, but this NFL cover 2 thing, we'll have to see how that is. I hope it doesn't get banned, because that's too much power taking over the players and the defense. So
might as well just play flag football at this point.
That's what I'm saying. 2-hand touch only. That's how it is for quarterbacks right now.
Yeah, I know, and it's very sad. But let's move on to college. College football has been lit, bro.
College is something.
It is insane. This 12-team playoff has added a lot more pressure, a lot more meaningful games.
I mean, also too, like, you can lose a game and you're not out. So, like,
exactly,
you're still going for it. Like, I mean, it's still a fight. You want to lose as less games as you can to get that tiebreaker opportunity.
Right.
But it's nice to see that like you can watch your favorite team, they lose one game, and then you know that you can still enjoy the season of going to the playoffs.
Well, my team, old Bama, takes a L to Vanderbilt, and then we lose or almost lose to South Carolina.
I saw I was going to bring that up to you.
Yeah,
To bring up the Vanderbilt game, and I watched
yeah.
that South Carolina game too. That one, that onside kick, I thought there was hope. I
I
thought lucky that their quarterback is just throwing shit out into the fans that game.
I know. Listen, this has been a problem with Bama for about 4 years now. We play up to the competition. So
Yes.
what I mean is, you seen what we did against Georgia. The first half, we beat the dog shit out of them, and then they came back, but we end up winning the game.
Yep.
Then you see us at what USF, freaking Vanderbilt, South Carolina. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's a coaching philosophy. Is Kalen DeBoer not as motivating as Saban? Do these players even?
Saban. I mean, it's different.
Saban is Saban, right? And I don't know. It's just a whole lot of just bullshit. But here's one thing I will say, and I'll talk about it more on Bama Week with my brother. But when we lost that game, it didn't feel like a loss the way that I felt a loss before, especially to a team that we were supposed to beat, because I didn't have any expectations of going undefeated this year. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, once Saban
It's a whole
left,
new
I'm
thing
like,
going on right now. When one coach like Saban is out, it's brand new. You're starting fresh.
and you're not replacing any coach. You're replacing
No.
the GOAT.
Yes. Like, it's not like one guy comes in, you just get that next guy. Like, you got to find somebody to fill in some big shoes.
Yeah, and listen, Coach DeBoer is a very good coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I love him as a coach. I'm glad we got him, and it's going to take some things to get used to. Like I said, we don't like change, but it takes time. My problem is we have a 17-year-old that is probably one of the best wide receivers in the nation. And
dude, I just laugh at that because he should be in high school right now doing geometry and algebra. Like,
yeah,
golly.
and he's so good. But we live in this era now of football where you not only have to recruit high school players to come to your program, not only do you have to recruit transfers from other programs to come to your program, you got to recruit people in your own program to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say we lose to Tennessee or we go to the SEC championship, lose to Texas, and we get an early playoff loss? What if Ryan Williams goes somewhere else? What if these 5 stars that came in that are dominant go somewhere else? That's what I'm scared of, especially with all this NIL stuff. Like, Bama's got money, but they don't have like money like that.
Like Texas got money.
Money.
Nebraska's got money. I'm not saying he would go to Nebraska, but like these teams that have these big sponsors from outside, like, there's people that are going to throw in a whole lot more money for these other colleges than a multiple national championship winning college, which is crazy to me. Yeah. Like, money runs the world, man. Money runs it, and these young players want money.
And not rings.
Not rings. They want 6 figures.
That's crazy, man.
6 figures. Some of them are touching 7.
Oh, big time.
Yes.
Big time.
So,
and he would be one of those. He would be one of those kids to touch 7.
Oh yeah, it's free agency at the end of the year every year. There's no contracts. You can play 1 year and get ready to move on to the next.
Bro, Cam Rising is eligible for an 8th year.
I saw that with a medical red shirt again. Just like what's that dude from Miami? Their tight end.
Oh, I forgot his name, but yeah,
he's been playing since the Obama administration was in the office. Like, how is that even possible? That's 11 years. How do you play 11 years of college football?
Do they have their doctorate degree yet? Like, what do you do?
Crazy. Like, how much school is left? Like, what else is left?
I don't listen, the college football as a sport, beautiful. 12-team playoff, love it.
Oh yeah.
You know, but outside and just the constant, now you can do this. Now the UNLV quarterback, after going 3-0, decides to redshirt and transfer because he
Yeah.
didn't get more money.
Which is crazy. Started off 3-0. UNLV was supposed to be one of the worst teams, and you start off 3-0.
Yeah.
Like, you just took your team to do that, but you're not getting paid like you promised. I'm done. I'm not going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Crazy to me. Which
That's
I'm
insane.
seeing UNLV right here because they play Boise State next. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ashton's going to run for like 400 yards.
Nonchalantly. Nonchalant.
Who would, before we get into Nebraska, Indiana, who would your top 3 Heisman candidates be right now?
Oh, Ashton for sure. Obviously, Ashton. Oh my God. Oregon's quarterback,
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel. And, man, number 3 would be a tough one. Definitely not Will Howard. He pulled a DAC on us last game.
Yeah.
Will Howard pulled a DAC.
Yeah.
God, I don't know who the third one could be. Because right now, I feel like Ashton Genty is just running with it. I mean, you could say Travis Hunter.
I was going to go there.
Yeah, I would say Travis Hunter. I wouldn't say Shador is even in the top 5 right now.
No.
But that's who I would say: Dylan Gabriel, Ashton, Travis Hunter right now.
Yeah.
Because you got to also see Travis Hunter's playing both sides.
Bro, he's so fucking good, dog.
Those first 3 games he had of the season. I mean, he played Nebraska that second one, but he still got almost 100 yards. But that first, did they play North Dakota State first game? Yeah.
Yes.
That's when he was going off. But
crazy.
Yeah, it'll be, if Genty can keep running like this, he's running with a Heisman easily at the end of the year.
Yeah, he'll be one of the very few running backs to win the Heisman.
I mean, he's 800 and less than a high 700 yards left before he hits 2,000 rushing yards right now. They're only 6 games in.
That's crazy.
Like, he could do it.
Boise State, man.
Who would have thought? They're top, what are they, 15 right now? Nah, I don't think they're that high. But, I mean, they're up there. Boise State is ranked. Like,
yeah.
I like that, though. I like it when teams are like that. I like those little underdogs coming from these small conferences, Mountain West conferences. They're putting up fights. 5-1 right now. Like, I like those teams.
Yeah, they're 15th. And I like the parity. I like the parity in college football right now.
Yeah.
Especially in the SEC. My God. Like, these teams that the Georgias and the Alabamas and the LSUs used to stomp, it's just like they're giving us a run for our money. Like, There's never been a time where Vanderbilt was even close to upsetting us with Nick.
No.
There's never been a time with South Carolina was up close and personal with, that. And then, like, Kentucky, bro.
That one was, Kentucky. Putting up a fight against Georgia. Like,
and beat Ole Miss.
Yes, beat Ole Miss. Like, it's crazy because, like, we also don't realize it's a Power 4 conference. So there's so many more teams now coming to these conferences and stuff. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, Pac-12 will get back to it next year. They're supposed to have 4 or 5 teams coming back into the Pac-12. Yeah. But right now, I like the Power 4. I like having all these teams in 4 different conferences. It's just so much. Big Ten's got UCLA, USC. I'm obviously missing some more right now.
It's Oregon?
Washington, I think. Oregon. Yeah. I think Washington will be there next year. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Big Ten, you got a big matchup this weekend. Nebraska goes into Bloomington against the number 13 Indiana.
Is that what they moved up to, was 13? I saw they were 16 during the bye week, but they obviously moved up because there were some ranking losses in that top 25.
You're right. They're 16. They're 16.
Are they 16? Yeah. I mean, either way, Nebraska has to be. I mean, we saw Nebraska got a top 25 at the beginning of the year. They choked it to Illinois. Now
Tough game,
Nebraska's
man.
not going to be ranked until they beat a ranked team. That's how I
Right.
feel personally.
Right.
But Indiana's a true team. Indiana and Illinois made a shift this year,
Big
and
time.
big time. But Raiola's playing like he's a junior in college right now.
He's good, bro.
It's
I'll give you
crazy.
credit. He's
Like
good.
he's playing like a junior in college. Our running backs are playing good. Defensive line is huge, but there's times when they're looking soft, like against Illinois. That was not a good defensive performance. I knew what was going to happen against Illinois. Right when I saw how the game was going, I knew exactly what was about to happen. It's the Nebraska story.
Yep.
But can it shift this year? I don't know. You beat Indiana, you can go to number 20 in the nation.
Yeah.
So maybe even higher. I don't know. It's a lot to prove, but can Nebraska prove it is the real thing.
I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think you guys should be ranked under Michigan.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
Because they're 24th.
Yeah, I was at 24-23. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I get it, it's a bye week, but still.
And I mean, I saw the votings for the top 25. Last place was Army or Navy. It was one of the, I think it's Navy. But they're number 25 with 81 votes. Nebraska's top 27 right now with 67. They could have pushed through, but they had a big win. Navy, I think, the last.
Yeah,
one.
Navy.
Yeah.
And then Army's 23.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy. Army and Navy up in the top 25.
That's insane too.
It's crazy. Like the Army Navy game's gonna be crazy this year if they're still ranked.
Here's a scenario for that. So they're in the AAC conference.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll play. They have a chance to be in the AAC championship, Army Navy, and then they have the Army Navy game after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is actually crazy. They could play potentially twice for one big championship and one good old pat on the back.
Yeah, and possibly if they're undefeated and one of them beats Notre Dame, you could be in the college football playoff.
They could. And Notre Dame, I mean, they're good, but their story is chokes. They choke a lot. They're kind of like the Cowboys of college football.
Yeah,
Every year's their year.
I hate them so much, dog. Join a conference.
That's what I'm saying. Join a conference. All these little non-conference teams, join a conference. You're not doing nothing. UConn, join a conference. Like,
Right.
not saying UConn's good, but they need to go somewhere, try to win a conference championship instead of basketball.
For real. Yeah. Very good basketball team.
Very good basketball team.
Very good basketball program. But I kind of want to, let me just shift it back to Nebraska, Indiana real quick. 1-6 Nebraska is when it's 8 points or under.
Mm-hmm.
When it's decided.
Those one-score games are what kills them. There was that season, Nebraska, the best, 3-9 team in the nation ever in college football, and 8 of their 9 losses were one score.
That's insane.
Crazy.
So,
I'm telling you, Nebraska has a story like that.
How are you gonna beat this team if it's close?
I would say put it in Raiola's hands, but we saw what he looked like in those crunch moments against Illinois. I mean, he's a freshman. He's gonna have.
And it was really his first test.
Yes, it was his first test.
Yeah.
Now, if he's as good as people are talking about it, he could make that switch after a loss and learn off of it. I mean, Patrick Mahomes 2.0, right? Like,
Yeah.
He's got the swag of him, but can he do it on the field? I don't know.
Mahomes.
You got to kill on the running game, though. We have so many running backs, good running backs, too. It's not like we have one decent running back. Like, you have a whole locker room of running backs. You got to kill them in the running game, run the damn ball. And then if they're starting to shut down in that middle, that's when you throw it. Like, you gotta. I feel like we've been throwing it too much, which is crazy to say because Nebraska's never seen throwing the way Raiola is. But I think we're getting like excited about it that we're doing it too much right now.
That makes sense.
Like you're getting excited, we got somebody that can bomb it. but still run the ball, make them commit to the run game. Play action, you got Nair right out there. You got all these other receivers that are actually good. Like you have weapons, but you got to know how to run the weapons. You got to use the weapons correctly.
Right, and I also think, I don't think it's going to matter. Here's what I'll say. Wherever you guys end up at the end of the season, whether if it's a winning record or a losing record, either way, I think Raiola is going to stay.
Yes.
I think he's done enough to attract some transfers from other schools.
And that's a big
mainly
thing.
Receivers, yeah.
From other schools, recruiting, you're going to want to come and play with Dylan Raiola. Yeah. I really don't see him leaving unless it's something behind the scenes.
Yeah.
If his uncle gets fired, which I don't think they would ever fire him until Raiola's out of there.
For sure.
But, I mean, your dad grew up as a Husker player.
He's on the stadium.
Yes. Like, it got revealed in one of your games at home field. Like, I don't know. I don't think he would leave Nebraska. That'll bring more people in. It's going to be 5-star receivers that are going to want to play with him.
Right.
Bring us Ryan Williams.
No.
Bring us Ryan Williams. We could do something with him.
Now listen, if Ryan ever came to Lincoln, I will be the first one at his dorm. The first one. Yeah. I don't give a piss. I love that kid, bro. God, he's so good.
He's so good.
I know, but
I don't know. But if the defense can play the way they've been playing, they just got to stop that Indiana team. I mean, their run game is strong. I mean, I feel like the Big Ten. Every team has a strong run game in the Big Ten.
Right.
Big Ten has the run game. Big 12 has the passing game. I mean, and SEC has the defense.
Yes.
That's what those conferences are known for. So if you can stop the run in the Big Ten, you're looking like you can be a winning team. And potentially, I mean, Nebraska, if they keep doing what they're doing and win out, I mean, they have Ohio State. That's a real test right there. Right. But you beat Ohio State, you have a real talk out of these two games that you win to be a conference playing game.
Yeah, so, like I said, 11-1, 10-2, going into the Big Ten championship and possibly winning it. You're a lock.
Yes.
But God, that loss to Illinois. But it's fine if you win out and let's say you shock Ohio State. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Like you got to have that one big win to forget about that one loss to Illinois.
Right, and the way it's setting up, I think each winner of the conference is going to get the first 4 seeds.
That's how I thought it looked too. So you win that conference, you're locked in.
Right.
For sure.
So you just can't lose 2 more games.
But you go to conference championship, you have a potential to play Oregon right now. So
yeah, very difficult.
Fun season right now. College football is fun.
It is very fun. And
for Husker fans, you lose, you don't go anywhere. I mean, we're 1 game away from a bowl game, which we haven't been to in fucking years. That's a win. So you get to 1 bowl game no matter what. If it's a toilet bowl, Pop-Tart bowl, I mean, it's a win. So
the Duke Mayo Bowl.
Will Levis there.
Yeah, disgusting. Put it in his coffee. What a weirdo. I did want to pitch an idea, speaking of college football. I'm very interested to see how the 12-team playoff will look. I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to, you're going to have a couple games that are going to be absolute blowouts, from the, bottom seeds. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But I do think a very competitive alternate to the 12-team playoff. Now it's never going to happen because there's too much football anyway. Yeah. But let's just say the 12-team playoff 2 to 3 years from now isn't what we thought it was, and let's just say all the teams from the respective conferences continue to rise the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
What would you think about a Big Ten versus SEC?
Well, what's crazy, because you brought that up, they're already talking about doing an ACC versus Big Ten type thing that like they do in basketball.
Yeah.
They're talking about doing that for football in college.
Oh,
I saw it on Twitter like 2 days ago.
Yeah. And I think it's a good idea. You take the top 6 teams from the Big Ten, the top 6 teams from the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the rankings; it's pretty much Big Ten, SEC teams all the way
Yeah.
through.
Oh yeah.
They take away the majority, so that way you kind of deplete the ACC, the Big 12. I mean, they're solid teams, but they're not as competitive as the Big Ten and the SEC.
No, because you look at the Big Ten, SEC. There's going to be 4 or 5 teams that come out of each conference in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would be crazy though. An SEC, Big Ten, you can really see like the run game versus the defense. Who's going to have the biggest power right there? I would be interested in it, but like you said, that's too much football.
A lot of football.
It's a lot of football. It's a lot of brain damage. A lot of Achilles.
Yeah.
But
a lot of CTE.
Yeah, a lot of CTE. But that shit would be so fire to see something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And, think about it. You would have Texas versus Oregon. You would have, like, let's say, Georgia versus Ohio State, Bama versus Michigan, Nebraska versus, like, LSU.
Yeah. Like, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Make a little bracket out of that. Like,
yeah.
It'll be fun.
We know brackets.
We know brackets. Better than anybody right now.
That is facts. No one does brackets. Either that's a good thing or a bad thing.
We might be starting a wave or something. I don't know.
We got to bring that back.
We do got to bring that back.
We got to bring up some ideas. But I'm all footballed out. Obviously, there was a big trade in the NBA. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but not too much in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Karl Anthony Towns shipped off to New York for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo.
I mean, my opinion on that is like no team got better out of it. Now, I mean, you got good players.
Yeah.
Very good players, but I feel like it's still like the same thing as if you had those same players on each team without the trade.
That is true. Yeah, it's very even.
It is very even. Because, I mean, you got DiVincenzo over at Minnesota. Julius Randle. Julius Randle, I mean, he hoops, but I mean, he was playing
when healthy.
When healthy, but he also was playing with the Knicks before Jalen Brunson got there. He was hooping.
Yeah. All-star.
All-star. Yeah. I feel like it was a 50-50 trade, but a 50-50 just same thing. You got the same result. Me personally, I would have sent Rudy Gobert off.
That's what I was very curious about.
Like, you trust Rudy that much?
No.
Like, no. I think he's a fraud DPOY.
I'm so sick of that shit. If I see another DPOY, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I mean, he's stolen some from many players for no reason.
Yeah. Anthony
Davis should be a Defensive Player of the Year.
Victor Wembanyama should have won it last year.
He should have won it last year. His defensive stats were crazy.
Yeah.
Steals and blocks. Defensive efficiency was through the roof. Like, I don't know if they just didn't want to give it to him because he's a rookie. To make it not look like they're dick riding. I don't know.
That too, but everybody understands that he is the future. He's proven that he's a good kid. You're not going to get a Ja Morant situation or an Anthony Edwards situation.
Because he's been a pro since he was a teenager over in France.
Bingo.
It's the same thing as Luka. He's been doing this already before the NBA. So he's already been a professional before this.
And we can already see that overseas players are kind of taking over the top spots.
Taking it over. It's European basketball right now in the NBA.
Yeah. So why not give it to him? That's a legacy killer.
Exactly. And they're giving it to Rudy Gobert.
Which all he does is block shots and rebound.
Like, if we had European rules, all he would do is stand in the paint defensively. No 3-second violation. He would just stand in the paint. That's what he did in the Olympics. He didn't move.
He's sorry.
I mean, I know that's how everybody plays in the Olympics, but, like, Rudy fit in that style because he doesn't have to move.
Nope. He don't. And Like, I'm with you. I think that they shipped off the wrong person, but I'm pretty sure New York did not want Rudy Gobert
No,
either.
they didn't.
So, you know. But I honestly think is very even. I still think the Knicks are good. They're going to be one of the top 3 teams in the East.
Yeah.
They're going to be a hard out to beat. Minnesota is probably going to be top 3, top 4 team in the
Mhm.
West.
I
Another
mean, you got
hard
a
out to beat.
consistent big man in Cat.
Yep,
Like, Julius Randle, inconsistent
very.
about 75, 80% of the time. He
Yeah,
could get you a 30 ball, but next week he's giving you 8 and 4. Like,
exactly. I
but
don't
I
know.
also think Karl Anthony Towns has a better shot, too, a more consistent shot than Julius Randle.
Oh, for
So,
sure. Yeah,
that's going to help Jalen Brunson out a lot.
yeah.
Um, DiVincenzo was a shooter. I kind of didn't like him leaving because I mean they like that they had that Villanova thing, this and
The
that. But
Nova
like that,
Knicks.
it's chemistry that you just
Yeah.
took away. But you can obviously tell DiVincenzo wasn't even happy there the way he was talking to Tibbs in the preseason game.
Yeah. And listen, there was conversations on like, okay, so you have the team, right? Before the trade, it was Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges, Julius Randle, OG, Josh Hart,
And Mitch Robinson too,
Mitchell Robinson. Who's going to get all the minutes?
right?
How
I
are you
mean,
going to
you're
defer it?
exactly. I mean, Jalen Brunson's staying in.
Yep.
Mikal Bridges is staying in.
Yep.
I mean, the one guy that's going to sit out, DiVincenzo.
Yep. And you just paid OG a lot of
Yeah.
money.
And I mean, he's a bucket.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a real bucket. Watching him in the playoffs last year, and he's big, like not
Yeah.
height weight, like he's built, dude. He's
Yeah.
strong.
He is. But I don't know. I think if I were to pick a winner of the trade, if I had to, I think it would be the Timberwolves because Minnesota did need a shooter.
They did, yeah,
Dante is very good. I wish he was still at the Warriors. I don't know why we traded him. Sick to my stomach because he would have fit perfect, but we got Buddy Hield, so it's all good.
yeah. Well, we'll
But
see how, buddy.
hey, he looks solid, bro. He looks
I mean,
solid.
he's in the shooting system. That's all
Right,
he needs. He's a
right.
shooter.
Yep, straight
I mean, that's
shooter.
what Golden State. You look at Golden State, you think of three because that's all it is. It's shooting threes all day.
Damn right. That's what we do. Love that. What about your Lakers, bro?
I'm not even excited to watch the Lakers this year.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even excited about it because all this hype for them this year is for Bronny.
I
I
know.
feel like all this focus is looking at history, having a son and a dad play together.
Yeah,
That's how I see it from this side,
I know. I see it
and
too.
it's getting annoying. It's nonstop. Like they're talking about. The thing is that they're talking about Bronny so much being a bust, and he's a number 50 plus pick, but like they're not even talking about Anthony Starr, who's a number 2 pick. What have you heard about him? Nothing. So
Nothing.
like all this news is on the Lakers. It's not good news. It's not bad news. It's just the same thing over and over and over. Bronny and LeBron.
Do you think he will stay on the Lakers for half a season without going
Bronny,
to the G League? Yeah.
that's a good question. Honestly, I mean, I see him doing a 2-way contract
Yeah.
where he goes and plays in the G League, but he's going to be benched and sitting with the Lakers at the same time. So I can see the most as a 2-way. I doubt LeBron lets Bronny just go straight G League.
Yeah.
Because not
That's
only
definitely
that, for Bronny it looks bad, but it looks bad for LeBron because it makes it look like he's not training his own kids the right way to follow his footsteps.
Yeah, I know.
But Bryce is a different story.
Bryce is a dog.
Bryce is going to be better than Bronny.
For sure.
Bryce is a dog. He's following his dad's footsteps. He looks just like his dad playing. Shots the same, driving's the same, passing's the same. God, even when he dunks the ball, it looks like LeBron.
And he's just bigger.
He's big, man. He's a little big brother.
That's insane. I feel bad for Bronny on that one. I wouldn't know what to do if my little brother was bigger than me. I have to shoot him.
And playing better than you, too.
Yeah. That's a gut check.
But at the same time, like Bronny, before his heart attack, he was a hooper.
Right.
He was playing at a different level. Then you have to come straight off that heart attack, play at USC, trying to earn your stripes. didn't really get much to show after a recover. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe they can develop him in the NBA if the Lakers developmental staff can do what they need to do. But we don't have Phil Handy anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, where'd he go?
I don't even know where he went. I don't even think he went anywhere. To be honest, I think he's just out right now. That's what I'm saying.
Sucks. I think I guarantee you Phil Handy still works out with Bronny though.
I mean, he'll
On the
probably.
side.
Yeah, he's just not in the coaching staff out in there
Right.
practice and stuff.
Right.
Like especially like Austin Reeves, Maxey. Excited to see Maxey this year.
Yes.
Or am I saying? Yeah. It's,
Tyrese Maxey.
is it Tyrese? I think I'm tripping right now. I am tripping. I'm looking like a bad Laker fan.
Oh no, Tyrese Maxey's on the Sixers. I thought he trained with Phil. That's what I thought you were talking about.
I'm tripping. I am tripping right now.
Yeah, Austin Reeves. Are you talking about their draft pick?
Christie.
Max Christie. There you go.
I am tripping.
You're good.
But yeah,
Max, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got also Dalton Connect.
Tennessee.
Who looked like the draft.
Yep.
He could be a rookie of the year type player. But the Lakers, I mean, I'm looking at it. I mean, they're kind of, I want to say they're young, but I mean, these players aren't experienced to winning.
Right.
Here's the thing. I mean, you got Christian Wood, Cam Reddish, Rui, who played with the Wizards forever. I mean, they're just not experienced for that winning, except for LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and you kind of look around the league, there's a shift of younger teams making it to the big ones. Like OKC is very young.
Yes.
The Indiana Pacers are young. The Orlando Magic are young. Minnesota Timberwolves, they're kind of young.
Yeah.
So you're not really seeing the old veteran, like the Spurs. I'd say like the Spurs with Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. That's going to be like the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
So I still think the Lakers are going to be good. I think they're going to be solid.
I just want a playoff team. I don't want to be a play-in team anymore.
Me neither.
I want to go straight to the playoffs. Don't have to worry about a play-in, but I think there has to be a trade somewhere this season for them to even get there.
You would want to trade Rui?
God, I don't want to trade Rui, though. Rui's a bucket, man.
I
He's
know.
so good. It just depends on who you have to get for Rui.
Yeah.
But Rui's so good. I think Rui, it's going to be a crazy opinion. I think Rui could one of these years, I know he's getting old, he has like all-star potential if he has a good year. He could be a one-time all-star.
For sure.
But giving him up, I mean, I'd give up Rui over Austin Reeves.
Yeah, me too.
But
me too.
God, I don't even know. It has to be a big trade. It has to be something. Someone that's going to fit into that role.
Jimmy Butler.
I'd be okay with Jimmy Butler. He's got that assassin mentality.
Yeah.
All he knows is to win. That's how he thinks. Even though he doesn't win, that's all he wants. I mean, he went to the finals twice because of him.
Would you want another forward or would you want another big with Anthony Davis? Like
I want a center. I'd want a center. I want a Valanciunas with Anthony Davis.
Ooh,
Valanciunas is talking about already doing a buyout type deal by the end of the trade deadline or something. They have not even the trade deadline. There's like a certain time frame that they can do this buyout because he has to be on the team for so long. Buy him out, and then hopefully the Lakers can pick him up. If you get somebody like a Valanciunas in that center position, because we can see what Anthony Davis does at the power forward.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it in the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we could give up Rui, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell for Steph Curry.
Shit, fuck out of here. He just signed an extension. He'll be the first athlete ever to make $60 million in one season.
The NBA was going. NBA Twitter was going crazy after the Olympics because they wanted that LeBron and Steph duo to.
Shit, who are you talking?
Real bad.
I wanted it. I wanted it. Shit, that boy. I would love that.
That's insane to see those two.
I know. That was fun.
That was
The
fun.
Olympics
The
was
Olympics
fun.
was fun this year. It wasn't like the other years. Even though we were winning before, it was different this year.
Very different.
I mean, down 21 to Slovenia.
And Steph just
Not
went
Slovenia.
Serbia.
Serbia. Come
Yeah.
back and win. It was a battle in this household because my girlfriend's Bosnian, so she was all for Jokic.
Oh God. Not
She
the
loves
Joker.
Jokic. Every time she sees him, she goes, "That's Jokic." I'm like, "Yo, that's it. That's sausage pockets." That's what I call him. He looks like he got sausage in his pockets every time.
Facts. Facts. And will kill you.
That's what I'm saying. He got mob brothers. Like he'll send some
Yeah.
hitmen out for you.
Facts. But that was fun. The Olympics was fun. There was always a prediction. There's always a big time trade after the Olympics. Usually like a couple seasons, not the very next season, but like
Yes,
the season after.
because they talk. They talk
Yeah.
back there in the locker.
Yeah.
Like those are all time greats. Give us Anthony Edwards. I see him being a Laker.
Who are you gonna give up?
We got to wait till free agency for that one. We can't trade for him. That's a lot. That's a lot of picks and players. You got to give him money for that one. You can't trade Anthony for Anthony Edwards.
No.
He's untouchable. He's got to make his own decision for that one.
Yeah. I would think if the Suns don't be successful this year, I think KD's definitely on the market.
You think so?
Yeah.
Over D-Book? D-Book's young. That's why.
Yeah, I think D-Book's going to be a Sun for a long time.
Yeah.
I do.
He played good in the Olympics too.
Very
He's gonna have
good.
He's gonna have a big year after that. I think that gave him the motivation he needed. That weight off his shoulders after the last couple years. So I think he'll be having a big season this year. It's not KD's team.
No.
That's for sure. It's not KD's Suns team.
No. And let me just be messy. I really enjoyed Jason Tatum not playing.
I'm a Laker fan. It's always fuck the Celtics. It's always fuck the Celtics.
Dog. He was so bad.
Bro, he's so, to me, sorry Jason Tatum if you're ever seeing this, but I think he's a cornball.
Big time.
Just all the stuff he likes to copy. He's not original, man. Yeah. He wants to be Kobe. He wants to be all these motivative speakers that, he never came up with his own thing.
Nope.
What did he say? We did it. What was he say after?
He copied KG.
Yeah, he said anything's possible.
Yeah, instead of saying anything's possible twice, he said we did it twice, but the same mannerism.
We did it. Yeah.
Cringe, dog. I felt disgusted. I had to shower after that.
Dude, the Celtics won, bro.
I know. It was. They were due.
It was. Jaylen Brown hooped.
Yes. Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday hooped. You got Derek White. Porzingis came back and played. Crazy. That's a stacked team that you just have to give it to them at that point.
Exactly. But I don't know. I'll tell you what. We will save the Super Bowl halftime and the P. Diddy stuff when Los gets here.
Oh, yeah. Los needs to be here for the Diddy talk.
And the Lil Wayne talk.
The GOAT that doesn't get his performance in his hometown. Oh, God. I say J. Cole's the GOAT, too, but, the true GOAT is Lil Wayne, and they fucked up. Jay-Z, fuck Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z.
There's definitely some movement behind the scenes about that one. I do believe.
No. And if I die after this podcast, it's because look into Jay-Z. I'm just saying. After I said that, just saying.
God, are you Jaguar left? What is this? But we will talk about that on another day.
I'm all for it.
This was fun. We talked about a lot of fucking sports.
I'm always down to keep doing this virtually. I feel like it's more convenient for everybody. So.
Yes. It is very convenient. Literally, my wife and my son are sleeping right now, and I'm downstairs in the basement doing this. I love it. Plus, it's
I
just
want to get back into it. I miss y'all. I miss all y'all.
I know they've been on my ass. They've been on my ass.
I mean, I was always the hero, it seemed like, in the comments. I'm going to say that.
You were.
Just
You were. And just to see the Packer fan base come back.
Yeah, go Pack, go, man. We heard it here. He's a top 10 quarterback.
He is. I have to
DiJon said it.
apologize. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to say when I'm wrong. So.
And I guess I'll admit, too, J. Cole never made his run back or anything. He never admitted my theory was wrong.
I mean, we could talk about that one, too. It's Port Anthony or Port whatever song.
Yeah. Yes.
Rapping his ass off, by the way.
He did. I mean, he said why he wasn't scared. He knew what the fuck was going to... I mean, I said that he knew what was going to happen in that background there.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, he pulled out for a good reason, but that'll always taint his career. And there's always going to be an asterisk by his name for that. So...
Yeah. J. Cole. Rapping his ass off, though. Listen. Rapping his ass off. We'll wait till the fall off.
Man, why does it happen to me, man?
Hey, it happens to the best of us. You remember all the shots I was taking for saying Kendrick Lamar was better than J. Cole and Drake? You guys killed me for a whole episode.
I still stand on that opinion. I don't care.
That's fine. Just go listen to Not Like Us. We're good.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We're going to leave it there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like.
sir.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think. I do address commenters. I've done it already. John Frederick. Bitch ass. Fuck boy. But we're just going to leave it there. Thank you for watching.
Right there for the end.
Oh, hello.
Did I comment at the right time?
It's right at the end.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I swear I didn't know. I was just letting the cat out of the room.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I've had other co-hosts have their dogs, their cats, everything. My wife ain't coming, so she's knocked out. Very knocked out.
It was fun. We're about to be on this again. Just let me know, and I'll be right back.
You already know. This is free game, and we are out.